Hello, people. Listen, I want to talk to you about something. If you are a YouTube content creator and you are out on parole or probation and you brag about having weapons, having certain type of caliber uh, bullets that are illegal, um, or if you're not, you brag about having certain weapons, you show them, you talk about them and you have a parole officer and people and you're going to start fighting with other people and start telling them to pull up on you, and certain content creators have people in their chat room that will find shit out. It's this is kind of ironic. I was accused of being the one that would call on Gene Barillo, but that's not the case here. But I want to show you this, and this is why you don't fuck around on YouTube if you are on parole or probation. Just don't do it, especially when you say the stupidest things in the world. The content creator I'm going to talk about, I used to watch him, and I was on a couple of his shows, and then somebody sent me this article about him. So I said, fuck that. I'm not dealing with this guy. It's trouble. So I stopped going on his show. The very last time I went on his show was like a week ago when he was saying that New Beginnings was MRE. And that was like the next day he was on, and then he disappeared off the face of the earth. So I was wondering what happened to him. And then somebody dropped something on my doorstep, my email, which always seems to happen. People are always getting in other people's business. That's what they like to do. They like to have us content creators go at it. But I've never really gone at it with this guy. I just said, let's stay away. And I'm talking about iLight. And I'm going to be straight up. I'm not giving anything that isn't out there in the public already. Okay. If I knew this and it wasn't out in the public, I'm not going to disclose it. But this is public stuff. So anybody could find this. It's very simple. All you got to do is go to Queens County Court, and then you'll see the list of charges right there. But I'm telling this more than anything because if you are going to start fighting with somebody, and that person is the type of person that would turn you in, or somebody in this chat room, would you turn you in? Don't fuck with them. It's a bad move. And it just shows that you're not nearly as smart. You would figure as a street person and a criminal, you'd be a lot smarter. But you were not smart than this dude. Not even close. You did everything wrong. You got yourself locked up. And you did this. But this is also a tale of, if you're a YouTube creator, watch who you mess with. Don't be saying to them, oh, I live here, come to my house, where your address is been out there. That's stupid too. Why would you tell somebody that you do not know? We don't ever, it's like I always say, stop underestimating people. This guy was a hardcore criminal. He is a hardcore criminal. He killed somebody in a knife fight. And people make fun of his size and all that stuff. It's not size with people like this. It's weapons. A weapon, there's no size to a weapon. A bullet take down any man of any size. And so would a knife to the heart or a knife to a liver. So first I'm going to play this. Let's put this up here real quick. Okay, now when iLight started fighting with FBS, and listen, I'm not blaming FBS for turning anybody in. I'm not like him where he would say that about me and Gene Barillo. When that shit happened a long time ago and Gene Barillo knows about everything. But don't be a hypocrite. That's basically, this is part of why I'm showing this. And let me show this real quick.
Is that right? Wow. That's good to know. Thank you. I did not know that.
This is from New Beginnings. She had this on her channel a while back. And as you guys know, I don't know New Beginnings, but I like to go to her channel when I need stuff on clips she does. And this is the clip she had. And so I took advantage of it. Okay, let's get that off of there. Okay, we're going to go back, and I'm going to go over what exactly happened to Highlight, what he got arrested for. These are very serious charges, people. These are charges that if you are on parole, you're not coming out anytime soon. So, and when the law is looking for you and you're threatening people's lives, and what's the big word here? Pull up, pull up. Here's the problem. The people that pulled up had sirens on their car. Those are the people you don't want them pulling up on you. So I think that maybe you should think about using a different word next time. And then Gunsmoke. This guy lived close to Gunsmoke. And he was talking about doing stuff to Gunsmoke. Luckily, Gunsmoke was smart enough not to fall for it and go meet with this guy. Because this guy already has a track record of killing somebody with a knife. So why would you want to go mess around with him out in front of his house? It wouldn't be a good move. But this is what content's created. And then the other guy says, oh, come to my house. Here's where I live. Dude, you got a wife. You got kids living in your house. Older people living in your house. And you're telling a maniac like this to come to your house? Think, people, think. None of us know each other personally on here. You don't know what you're messing with. Remember that. You never know. And that goes for me. That goes for everybody. Maybe it sounds like I'm lecturing, but yeah, but I am lecturing. Stupid move when you ask someone to come to your house just because you want to act like a tough guy. Okay. And this is a further case right here. This is where Billy T. Man, whoever the fuck he is, he comes in and he says, this guy's still on parole to 1222, gives his name right there. Highlights name, John Montanez, still on parole till 1222. See, I knew his name. I knew his name a long time ago. I never came out and said it. I seen the article. You know, there was an article. Let me show you this real quick. There was an article called Rotten Hell, Kin Tells Queen's Teen's Killer. And it's about the knife. It was in the New York Daily News. And it was about the knife fight that this guy was in. Highlight was in. And he killed a guy. And that's why he went to prison. But then Highlight's on his channel, his very last show, he's arguing with MRE, saying that MRE is New Beginnings. That it was totally ridiculous. So you could tell the guy was having some fucking issues in his head. And somebody called on him. Because he also was doing shows where he was talking about his guns. He was talking about the weapons that he puts in them, about knives. He was talking about drugs. He was doing everything. And on top of that, he was threatening the Latin Kings. And guess what? Now he's in prison. And guess what we have in prison? Latin Kings. And the very last night, the last thing I said to him, I said, it is stupid to be threatening Latin Kings. You know what he said to me? Fuck them. So this guy has totally sabotaged himself. Totally. Some people are just like that. Some people want to pretend they're smarter than what they are. That's what it comes down to. Okay, so let's, I'm going to read some of these charges to you here, okay? Because of some personal stuff, I'm not going to pull it up, but the incident, so this is an incident that was done on February 21st. And a matter of fact, that was the day before the show that he did with MRE, I believe. But this was the incident. And he was arrested at February 21st, 11:55. And it was by the NYPD. He could not afford an attorney, so he had to get one. So he has a legal aid, right? So he basically had to go out and get a legal aid. He got the legal aid on February 22nd. And it's in the Kings County District Attorney's got the case. And let me read these charges. I mean, this dude, when you got these charges I'm about to read, it's pretty amazing. Wow. Talking about a guy that's in big trouble. And being that he was on parole, he's really in big trouble. But he has 11 charges. And let's go with that right now. I'll pull these charges up. Give me 1 second. Whoops. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull that up without. Fuck it. Okay. He has one. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 misdemeanors. He has a felony count, 2 counts, arrested charge, arraignment charge, attempted criminal possession of weapons, 3rd previous conviction. 3rd. That's the top charge. You see that right there? It's sitting top charge. And then he has another felony, 2 counts, and attempted criminal possession weapon, 3rd previous conviction. So they're hitting him with 2 charges on this. And then they're giving him, let's see some of these charges. Attempted criminal weapon, 4th conviction, attempted criminal possession firearm, attempted criminal possession weapons, attempted criminal possession firearm. It seems like some of these are almost identical. Unclassified misdemeanor arrest charge, and that's then he has a misdemeanor charge on the 2 counts, arrest charge, arraignment. But the most serious charge is that. But he also has a charge of having illegal ammunition. Any type of ammunition he had in New York is illegal because he's not supposed to be carrying a gun. And on top of that, it's New York City. So New York City, that's like being busted in LA. The 2 toughest counties to have these kind of charges. So what is the moral to this story? Do I even have to explain the moral to this story? If you murdered somebody and then you have a show, don't keep being a tough guy. And then on top of that, you make up lies after lies and you start getting called on them. You ran with the bananas. You're a Mason. So many fucking fairy tales. You did this to yourself, dude. It sucks when people have to go to prison or to jail. But sometimes it's the best place for certain people. And if you kill somebody and you're out and then you're threatening to hurt people, but on top of that, you already have the weapons on you, and then the cops come into your home and they find weapons and God knows what else they found. And, you know, your parole officer, someone had to contact your parole officer. And just like that, you're probably not, I don't see how you're getting out anytime soon. I just don't see how you're getting out anytime soon. And you can't blame anybody on this but yourself. You did this to yourself. FBS and I, we fight all the time. But what's the one thing we never have done? We've never threatened to hurt each other physically, ever. Oh, maybe like a boxing match, silly shit like that. I'm an old man. I'm not going to fight some young buck. Not that he's young, but he's still a young guy compared to me. But, you know, people, if you have other shows, some people on these shows are hotheads. And when people get in the chat room, they provoke them, they start going crazy. And they start fighting with them, saying, F you, and it goes back and forth. And that's what happened in this case. This guy got provoked. And then he started provoking. But here's the story with this. Is this guy was really a crazy bastard. He's crazy. If you kill somebody, stab somebody like that, then you go and you do a show. And, you know, in the beginning when I was watching the guy, his shows were laid back and mellow. But over time, he started losing it. And why did he lose it? Because he was in these feuds with certain people and they pulled it out of him. Some people aren't capable of holding things in when they get mad. You know, if you want to go at somebody, you know, I go at this with a couple people here, but you have your limits. You got to know where to cut it off. And this guy had no idea where to cut it off. And he got himself in a whole lot of trouble. You know, I don't know why I'm keeping this down here, but hey, listen, it's an article. If you want to read it, you know, that's the information to get it. You know, it's an interesting, it's an interesting article. When I read this article, that's when I stopped going on his show. Because once I realized that he had it in him to hurt somebody. And he was going on shows. And then but then I finally went on the show, one of his last shows. I don't think it was his last show. But the charges that he got hit with happened the day before on another show. I don't know if that show is up, but it'd be interesting to see what he said on that. You know, was he showing weapons? I don't know. But, you know, when the police raided him, I guess they knew he had this stuff on him. My biggest deal with him was him threatening a known street gang, the Latin Kings. And what was he saying? They have no power no more. Well, dude, you better hope they don't have no power. Because you're probably going back to state. The only thing that might save your ass here is that our criminal system is so messed up in New York now. They're letting people out left and right. But are they going to let you out, though? Because we're talking weapon charges here. For a guy that was previously in prison for killing somebody with a weapon. So it's going to be interesting to see. Listen, like I said, nobody should wish anybody to go to prison. And if by some miracle he gets out and they give him more parole or probation, they're probably going to tell him he can't go back on YouTube. Because of the fact that the threats that he was making were made on YouTube. So people, if you have your channels and stuff, just be careful out there, because we know this is, if you're in the mafia genre in itself, we know the feds are watching this stuff. So why would you want to put yourself out there with threats and stuff? You know, if somebody wants to call me a name, call me a fat shit or something like that. But, you know, when you get into the physical threats, it changes. It changes the whole ball game for everybody. So listen, I hope you guys like this. You know, I don't like reporting it and showing it, but somebody else is going to show it. So I might as well just put out the stuff, the facts. Not like you're going to have people whispering, this happened, this happened. This is the facts. These are you can go to the Queens County and you can pull this stuff up. So everything's out there, people. Okay, what I like to say, if you like this, hit a like, let me know. And I just wanted to report this to you guys. Hope you enjoy it. Everybody take care. If you have not subbed to my channel, please sub. I would really appreciate it. UFC fights tonight, so I'm not doing any shows. And I'd like to say thank you to everybody. Take care and enjoy this.